Tēnā koe.
Mr Speaker.
Mika Whaiwhai.
I te māngai tēnā koe, i ngā memo te whare nei, tēnā tātou. I te māngai, i ngā mate i o tātou, kua hinga i te pō, haere atu rā. I ngā kaumātua, tēnei te mihi ki a koutou. I te iwi o Ngāti Pūkenga, tauranga moana, Ngāti Ranginui, nau mai haere mai. Nau mai haere mai o tātou whare, te whare o whare pārimati o Aotearoa, no reira kei te mihi, kei te mihi, kei te mihi. Mr Speaker, I rise to take a short call on this important bill and stand with all members of this House in supporting the first reading of the Ngāti Pūkenga Claims Settlement Bill. On behalf of ngā iwi katoa o te rohe o Ikaro Rāwhiti, e tautoko ana i te pire whakahire nei. And so it gives me great pleasure to stand here as a representative of Ikaro Rāwhiti to mihi to the people of Tauranga Moana in acknowledgement of the significant day of this first reading of your bill. Sir, there's too much in this bill to go and to give due time in the 5 minutes I have. But I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the negotiators for your perseverance. As a former treaty negotiator myself, I've had some 7 or 8 years experience of having to sit in that seat. It is not an easy seat in terms of having to hold the line with the Crown, to always go to bed thinking, have you done the best deal for your people? To also make compromises, which sometimes are uncomfortable to do because you wear the burden of your people on your shoulders. So I want to acknowledge the negotiators, and as I look up there and I see Dame Patsy Reedy, I want to acknowledge you in your future appointment as our Governor-General. Realise now that your movement amongst our people means that you have availed your hospitality to them when you take the big house in your appointment. So I'm mihi to you, and I'm mihi to that happening. But Sir, in all honesty, negotiators do have a hard road to hoe, and like all colleagues here, this part of having this first reading is an important step to then have it closely examined in the Select Committee. And I too, like the former Speaker, look forward to hearing not only the good parts of this bill, but also what have been clearly omissions, and to see whether the Māori Affairs Select Committee can help address some of those issues. Sir, for the time I've got remaining, I want to talk about also the expectation negotiators on behalf of their people come to the table with the Crown. They come to the table, Sir, in good faith, that they will get a decent hearing by the Crown. And they're constantly informed by the Crown that this is a full and final settlement. And we all know, as Māori people that have been in that chair, it is never ever full and final for the losses that we've all suffered. And it's interesting, Sir, that treaty settlements that have been signed on behalf of the Crown, and I appreciate that we're starting this process for Ngāti Pūkenga, that when the Crown signs, it is a contract. It is a contract and obligation on the Crown as full and final, which acknowledges the losses of the people of Ngāti Pūkenga, and it makes commitments to address the losses that they suffered. And so, Sir, this week, we have been challenged, iwi have been challenged on a treaty settlement which is fisheries related. And it is important that when we go through and see the passage of this bill, that the Crown obligates and keeps to its word that it's full and final. And if there is ever a time that we ensure or challenge what that settlement means, then we need to be speaking to the iwi that have signed a part of that contract, Sir. And so all I'm saying is if we are making that obligation to iwi that come to the table that's full and final, that, Sir, we respect that obligation and that the Crown does uphold its commitment. And so we have a very large issue in this House this week and has been brewing, and I I asked the Crown to ensure that they address this in the way in which iwi have always come to the table, which is in good faith, sir, and I commend this bill and look forward to being examined in the Māori Affairs Select Committee. Kia ora tātou.
Kelvin Davis.